Hey, Shawn G here from Chasing the Truth. You're about to get some of the best of samples of shows I've done over the last 5 years. God bless y'all and enjoy. At all. I've had some interesting, kind of spooky, what the heck was that thumping in the woods and that kind of thing. But I have seen these trees, like 6 inches of girth, about size of a Coke can, maybe a little bit bigger, pulled up by the root ball and thrown up in bigger trees. These, like how in the heck did that happen? It was in the middle of virgin forest with, obviously nothing that I could see that was close by that you could wiggle anything in to pull trees up with mechanically. Or is that something similar to what you were talking about?
I haven't seen any actually pulled up or shoved in the ground upside down.
Yeah.
But just like a 6 inches across, not 6 inches in a diameter. You know what I mean? 6 inches across. So that's a pretty good sized tree that's been just bent over and like wedged into another tree laying over. Like like there wasn't no way for this tree to be bent over with another tree over on top of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the scenario where that would happen, naturally anyway.
Well, I've got one question from in the chat room that you're a part of. I don't know if you've seen that. The Spike from in the chat room at Dark Waters YouTube ask him about urine pandak. Do you know anything about that?
A what?
Urang pandak. URANGPANDEK. You know anything about that?
Nah, I don't know what that is.
All right. Well, have you had any ghost sightings lately, or have you been ghost free?
Nah, just ghost free. I hadn't had any sightings or issues or all that.
Oh, I had a ghost sighting a couple of weeks ago. In this old house, every once in a while, I'll go for months and months and months. This old 2-story house of mine, and not see a thing. Quiet as a mouse. Creak every once in a while when the wind blows, that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, the last thing I saw was standing in my living room, and I was in my kitchen, which I could peer through my kitchen in through the dining room into the living room, and there was this dude standing in my living room. Well, not in current day dress. Usually people around here in my area are in t-shirts and maybe a polo shirt or something like that. This dude had an old tight shirt, rolled up to the shirt sleeves rolled up to above his elbows, and old tight pants with suspenders and stuff like that. And I'm like, what in the heck is that? And I sort of glanced and looked back, and it was gone. Have you ever seen something like that? Or nah.
The only ghost I've seen, I told you that story, and it was a woman in that graveyard, and I never went back to that graveyard. That was probably when I was about 13, and I didn't see no point in going back.
Yeah. Hey, there is a documentary that's been hitting YouTube for the last year or so over in Hellier, Kentucky. You ever heard of that place? No. Well, it's about 55 miles away from me as a crow flies. And I've actually been to this little community called Hellier. It's not an incorporated town or anything. Actually, it's just a couple streets that are interlinked with a few houses. Last time I was there was several years ago. But apparently they've had a lot of cryptid activity. One of them was actually from what I understand, was gremlins. Have you heard of anything other than Bigfoot and whatever these fox things you've been seeing? Have you heard anything like that around the general area that you live in? Which I'm not going to reveal where you live, but have you ever heard of anything like that?
There's been some Bigfoot sightings and some reports. They've been on the local news. But I don't know the people that's had the sightings or anything. One of them was on a golf course, and it was apparently several people that witnessed it.
Yeah.
And like I say, I'd say within a 50-mile area, there's been a few incidents that's been on the local news. And
right.
there's actually one picture that's probably, I don't know how many miles that is, probably 75, 100 miles from me at the Homestead Resort. They actually caught the picture of a really what appears to be a Bigfoot, and it's a pretty clear picture, and it was on the news. And so it's activity that's, and if you get several that's made the news, there's bound to be other stuff that people just hadn't said anything, or don't want to even be involved with.
Oh yeah, since I've been doing this radio show, actually this month is my 1-year anniversary doing Chasing the Truth on the Dark Waters radio channel. I've had a lot of people come to me privately or just call me up on my number, which is 931-994-6917, and they tell me these fantastic stories about UFOs and Dogman, ghost stories, all these other things, and only a handful of them, about 1 in 10, 1 in 12, will actually want to talk about it on air.
Well, like I say, I first made contact with DW probably close to 2 years ago, when I actually had the let's just say FBI, or not FBI, but ABC agency. I don't know exactly, which agency it was, but they were definitely, government type, officials. And that was both of our concern, getting that out and having them come back and mess with me over it.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So we wanted to give it a fair bit of time before I even said anything. And like I say, I've been kind of hesitant to even,
Man, the stories that you and I have talked at a great length on various things, and your stories never changed. Every once in a while, you'll catch me off guard and tell me a new something or another, but the stories that you've told me never change about the fox creatures and the big feet or foot or whatever you want to call them. I don't want to see what you've seen. I'm not inviting anything like that. But I'm right at 2 hours into the show. So what I'm going to do is I'll call you later, or either later tonight or probably tomorrow sometime. Give you a call or send you a text or something. We'll get back up and talk a little bit there, Greg, if you don't mind. I'm gonna. Yeah. But I appreciate you calling in, sir, and you've always been a fantastic friend to me and friend of the show, and I appreciate it. Hey, folks, thanks for listening to this best of sample of some of my 5 years in doing this radio show podcast called Chasing the Truth. Please visit iamdarkwaters.com, or you can email me at ShawnG@iamdarkwaters.com. And my numbers and links are in the description below. God bless y'all, and I'll catch you on the flip side.